going on, nation? Coming to you guys again before round 2, early day 2 stuff, Friday morning stuff, and we're joined by a special guest here, but we're gonna have to talk his language, so we're just
We got the goat in the building, Charles Woodson.
Yeah, I'll do it myself.
We'll have to get the closed captions on for that language. There we go. So, Charles, man, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Obviously, Woodson Whiskey's been a big supporter of these events, especially through the draft. We're doing full-blown draft coverage, all 7 rounds.
We ain't got no whiskey poured up. What's going on?
Nothing yet.
All we got is packaged bottles, man.
Where's Kayla at? Where's Kayla?
Hey, we got to take a shot with Chuck, man. We got to do it.
Find Kayla. Track Kayla down. Let's see if we can do something
we
here.
got to do that, man. Real quick, too, while we're at it, WoodsonWhiskey.com.
Yeah, there we go. Grab a bottle. Now in California, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We there. California, man.
There we go.
Know how to party. Woodson Whiskey is there.
There we go. I remember last year you were talking to me about trying to get Woodson Whiskey in every single NFL stadium.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at with that?
It's a process. But being that I played for 2 organizations, I do have, space within those stadiums.
The main 2.
But look, man, the name of the game is about expansion. Of course, getting the awareness out there that I do have the brand.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part about it. And then, you know what? I'm kind of new to the game. There's a lot of other bigger brands that are part of a lot of these stadiums.
Yeah.
They've been there for a long time, and I'm trying to nestle my way in there.
Yeah.
But it's a tough code to crack. But
No, I get it.
We'll get there.
You moving, though, man.
Yeah. No, we moving, man. We got great support. You guys have been great to us. A lot of Raider Nation for sure. Yeah. Packer fans, but just people, around this country, the states that I'm in. I get a lot of great feedback, and a lot of people interact with it. Making, we just talked about the goat cake that Lucille made.
Yeah.
Different drinks and old fashions and things that people are making with it, man. So it makes it a lot of fun. We got a long way to go, but we've come a long way.
Yeah. Speaking of custom drinks, that's what we're doing this year. We're bringing back the O fashioned.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
bringing that one.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
What made you turn to whiskey?
Man, so of course I've been in the wine game for a long time, and to me it's kind of just like a progression. And so over the years, you have these wine dinners, right? When I first started out, I had my first label, which was 24. I'd have wine dinners, but I'd have to bring in something else to be like for the first course. Usually you start with a white, kind of move on.
Yep.
So then when I moved on to Intercept, I then had a Chardonnay, Pinot, Red Blend, Cab, so I could fill out those dinners a little bit better.
Yeah.
Over time, I would drink, after dinner drinks, cognacs and things of that nature. And I was like, you know what? I needed to add something to the portfolio to kind of make my experience when I have an event where I can kind of fulfill the whole event. So if you come into the event, you have a cocktail, we can make an old-fashioned.
Yeah.
First course, you go to your Chardonnay. Second course, Pinot.
Yep.
Next couple courses kind of flip either the Red Blend or the Cab.
Yep.
But then after, you have a Woodson Whiskey neat.
Gotcha.
Kind of like that after dinner drink. So
Yeah.
now I kind of fulfill all my bases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I got into it. And, when I met my partner 3-4 years ago, we talked it through what we wanted to do, told him my vision. And, man, the rest is kind of history. Here we are,
man.
yeah.
Every time I talk to Jay, it's a new city, new building. It's growing like crazy rapidly.
Yeah, it's growing.
Man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And like I said, it's really about the people.
Yeah.
And, the people that we've come in contact, like I said, you guys and just people all around this country who kind of take our story and run it forward.
Yeah.
Tell other people about it,
Yep.
word of mouth. Because it's more than my name being on the bottle. The product has got to be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The quality of the product, and that's what's most important.
And I've seen whiskey drinkers that aren't even Raider fans or barely know who you are.
Yeah.
Try it and they're like, "Oh, it's a good smooth whiskey."
Yeah. That's the key.
So it works.
That's the key.
That's
Chuck,
why we back
I
it.
got to ask you, Chuck, does a Raider bottle sell more than any of the other ones? I know you got the Michigan one. I know you got the Green Bay one.
The white label, the white and silver.
And I know you love, Green Bay as well. But the Raider one got to be the number 1 selling one, right?
I don't want to, divulge too much information, but no. Raider bottle is hot, man.
There we go.
Raider bottle is hot. Like I said, man, it's It's that the connection, man, is there between Raiders, like I say, in the Green Bay, the green and gold bottle out there in Wisconsin. You know, the maize and blue one.
Yeah.
They be running neck and neck.
General manager here is a Michigan fan, so he's all about it.
Yeah, go blue, baby.
Yeah, love it, love it.
We're going to take this
real quick.
take this real quick.
Then we have a better second half of the show.
Yeah, there we go. Salute, man. To the GOAT,
Salute.
Chuck.
Cheers. Appreciate y'all,
whiskey,
man.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
Just got to take a shot, man, of Woodson whiskey with the GOAT, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jay and Joel as well, man. The entire Woodson whiskey team.
I think that was a double shot too. we gonna have to talk. We gonna have to talk to who's pouring those drinks.
Straight up.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I remember. So it was last year during the season. We're throwing these blackout parties. We're at the Luminarium. You said I got a video. I'm at work, right? It's 8:00 in the morning. I get this video from Jay. I think you're down in your wine cellar.
Yeah.
And you was just cranked up, ready to go, man.
Yeah.
All fired up on Raider Nation, dude. Definitely appreciate the support, man. And we try and match the energy over here. And we're having a, pretty good lineup of events. And definitely appreciate you stopping by, man. Just wanted to say thank you before I forget.
No problem, man. I'm in town. Good to stop by, talk a little Raiders, talk a little football.
Yeah.
Have a little Woodson whiskey.
Yeah. We talked
That's
about football probably already for 30 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
well, then
we
let's
did.
get a little off topic.
Yeah.
The tuck rule.
Of course. First order of business.
Yeah.
It was a fucking fumble.
There we go. End the story right there.
All right.
Yeah, heard it here first. There
Now,
you go.
we know you were big on Jalen Carter as well, right? And we were
Oh,
talking about him going to Philly, and he's probably going to just ball out over there. We took Tyree Wilson, you know what I'm saying, at 7 when we needed more interior presence on that D-line.
Yeah.
I know he can kick in, kick out. But what do you think thus far about that pick? Now, I know Jalen Carter was on the board, so I think a lot of us were like, oh, my God, man. But, I mean, the kid has a motor on him. Have you done really any homework on him yet?
No, well, at that pick at 7, like you said, I really had my eyes on one of 3 guys.
Okay.
Jalen, of course, for me, was at the top of my list of guys that I say, you know what, if I look at everybody in this draft, especially when you talk about going through the first 15 to 20 guys, you're trying to pick a guy where you say, you know what, I know that dude is going to be that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, he was at the top of those guys, even with the quarterbacks. Like, Bryce Young is great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be good. I think, to me, size-wise, like, when you talk about people who have questions about different things, he's a little guy.
Yeah.
So that kind of bothers me a little bit. But he's a great quarterback, though.
Yeah.
But there's the question.
Quarterbacks always get overdrafted, too.
Always, all right?
Yeah.
So then you think about the other guys, they're going to be good. C.J. Stroud's going to be good. I watched him, he's going to be good. But then when you're talking about my top 3 guys, Jalen's number 1, Witherspoon.
I know.
That damn corner from Illinois. Oh, my God, dude.
God, man.
I watched him against my Wolverines, and it wasn't even fair.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Spoon's
I
a
mean,
dog.
you talking about coming up, making physical tackles, being able to shadow guys, downfield, and then most importantly, being able to get the ball.
Yeah.
Got to be able to get the
Playmaker.
ball. Right. Then the other one would be Gonzalez, the other corner.
I was cool with either one.
Right.
Absolutely.
So for me, I would like either one of those guys. Yeah. So Witherspoon's gone now.
Yep.
Who's still on the board? Both of the other guys are still on the board. But my top guy is still on the board, so that's who I would want. All right, but that's neither here nor there. We don't get him. We get Tyree Wilson. The one thing that I do like about him in general is that he's a big guy.
Yeah.
We didn't reach in terms of going out and getting a smaller guy who's not prototypical and somebody who comes in and next thing you know he's getting pushed around because he's 6'6", long wingspan. He can probably still put a little bit more on his body, of course, to be more powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
He looked like he can cover a lot of ground, in terms of point of attack, getting from point A to point B. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know he had the issue with the foot.
Yeah.
It was a foot issue. So, again, when you talk about taking players and there being some type of flag, like Jalen had the red flags, people say off field, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you take Tyree, he's got some flags in terms of his foot. Is
Yeah.
that all the way healthy?
Exactly.
So everybody's going to have something.
Yeah.
But in terms of how he looks, I agree with it on how he looks. Now I just want to see it because, shit, I'm a Raider.
Yeah.
So, shit, I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Man, if you come in the ball, then great pick.
That's you can't,
you know
you can't call it a bad pick yet.
Nah,
you never know what's
nah.
going to be.
But when you're going against Mahomes, you're going against the Herberts of the world, Russell Wilsons. You can never have enough edge rushers.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
With Chandler and Max.
Well, that's what we talked about. We don't need just 4 guys on the D-line. We need like 7 or 8. We need to rotate.
You need rotation. You know, that's when you talk about, we were talking about Philly earlier, right?
Yeah.
So Philly goes out, they get Jalen Carter, then they go get his teammate Nolan Smith. They got what's the big guy they got last year from Philly?
They got
Jordan Davis.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean.
Nakobe Dean. They got Hassan Reddick.
Yep.
So when you think about their defensive line, they got rotation. Yeah. So you're going to be able to take one guy, put another guy in. You ain't dropping off.
They got Fletcher Cox. They brought him back.
They brought Fletcher Cox back. So they're not dropping off.
Yeah.
So in terms of, like you said, it ain't going to take one guy. You got to have a rotation. So bringing him in, the more bodies you can have that can get after the quarterback, the better. So in those terms, I definitely agree.
Michigan guy. So Mozzie's off the board. That was a guy that me and my team shout to wasted. He put me up on him so quick. There's some guys still out there. We talked about DJ Turner a little bit. Is there any Michigan guys that you're looking at right now that you can see going today in the second and third round?
I could definitely see DJ. Again, we talked earlier. Yeah. I had no clue DJ was that fast. Yeah. He ran like the fastest time, in the 40. So I think he definitely probably be one of those guys. I like Mozzie to me was a monster at Michigan. So seeing him go. I think he gives the Cowboys, that interior rush. We talk about the Raiders need an interior rush, somebody in the middle. Yep. I think he gives them that. So, just excited for those guys. I know DJ, he'll go today at some point.
I'm hoping we get him, man.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of gaps to fill. I mean, for you, what's positional-wise? Obviously, we always try and take the best player available. Our mentality is, right? But the coach is trying to fill holes in the defense.
Yeah, I think again, going back to the interior line. Best player available was Jalen Carter, so we don't follow that. No, so I think interior because, all of those guys, Tyree, Max, Chandler, those are outside rushing guys. Yeah. But you got to have somebody in the middle, so we got to find somebody in this draft, man. Somewhere that can pressure the middle of the field and get in the quarterback's face and push that pocket from the inside out.
Yeah.
And then we got to get a playmaker somewhere in the backfield. Somewhere in the backfield. Somebody that's not scared to go get the football.
How you feeling?
How you feeling? You good? I mean,
you know what? I actually feel pretty good.
Okay.
I actually feel pretty good. If I could play, and I didn't have to hit a soul, I might be a
Pro Bowl MVP right here.
You know what? Y'all might not like me now though because man, I had to play probably 20 yards off. They'll be catching everything in front of me. I'll be like, nah, I can't run like I used to.
Well, what's your thoughts on some of the guys that we have right now? We went and got Merrick a few years back at the safety position. We went and got Duke Shelley in free agency from Minnesota. Nate Hobbs. What's your thoughts on Hobbs?
I like Hobbs because Hobbs got dog in him.
Yeah.
Hobbs got dog in
him.
I like that, but you need more Hobbs. That's the thing, and I think Hobbs is a guy who can get the football. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough guy. I think he dealt with some injuries last year. I think to his hand,
and played through a lot of it too.
Yeah, played through a lot of it. So you need some. In the NFL, you're gonna play through some shit. You got to. Yeah. I like Mooring, man. I like the safety because he has range. I think that in terms of the thing he has to get better at, I feel like it's playing the ball out of the air, downfield. Like we don't, when you're a free safety, we don't want hits.
Yeah,
we want the football.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like in our secondary, we got to have more guys. You got to have the dog like Hobbs got, and then you got to have guys that understand how to go get the football, when to go get the football.
And we haven't had one of them since Chuck.
That's the thing. And the crazy thing is it's kind of hard to teach that thing because that thing you kind of just have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was growing up, I knew how to get the football.
Yeah.
Nobody had to tell me how to get the football.
It's
now,
an instinct. You don't just
it's an instinct. Yeah. Now you could help teach me formation, where people line up. Like I can understand a little bit better what that guy is trying to do to me.
Yeah.
But once I knew what you was trying to do to me, you ain't had to tell me to go get the football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want that.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
you need guys that say,
Number one priority.
I want the football. Now just teach them schematically what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, where you can get hurt, you know, where your opportunities are. I tried to go into, you know, anytime I, you know, would talk to a young player, I would always say, hey, man, watch the game. And as you analyze the tape, try to have 2 or 3 plays in your mind where you know if they line up in this certain situation, certain formation, I know what they're going to do.
Yep.
They can't make this throw because I know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
If I got 2 or 3 plays like that and I act on it, I'm going to make plays.
Yeah.
I'm going for the interception,
Yeah.
but I'm at least going to knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Now, if you run anything else, then I say, now you just got to be a football player. All right, they didn't run what I thought they were going to run. Now I got to turn, react. I got to get back to the guy, get back to the body. Those are guys you're looking for, and you know it can be hard to find them.
The
you
two
know, at
guys
times.
you're talking about, Gonzo and Spoon, they're already off
Those
the board.
guys could do it.
My guy Emmanuel Forbes, man, I wish we would have got him in the second round, but he went in the first. A playmaker. I think he has 6 pick sixes in his career at Mississippi State.
That's strong.
Dog.
That's strong.
I've learned one thing. If you want a player drafted by the Raiders, don't talk about him.
I know.
Just leave it. Don't make it known that you want him because we're not going to get him.
The only player I have ever was not.
Don't talk about him.
Years. Yeah. I've been watching these players and like Devin White. I was like banging the table for Devin White. Didn't pick him, and it's like I'm going back on this constantly. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about who I want. I'm not going to be invested in who I want. I'm gonna wait to see who we pick. Yeah. And then hopefully it pans out.
Well, maybe you should talk about the guy we don't want.
Oh. You know.
Boom.
It's good thinking.
You got to start using a little bit of reverse psychology, man.
Hey,
I could do that.
You know what I'm saying?
I could do. We
get
could
you,
do that.
Get you a list of guys. I don't want him. Don't want, and pump him. Pump him.
And take a double shot of Woodson.
And take a double shot. Pump him up. Pump him up.
Hey, how do you feel about the Raiders offseason thus far? We went out and got Jimmy G, bunch of kind of really role players on the defensive side of the ball. I know this is a defensive-heavy draft, so I think that Zeke and Josh already assumed that we were going to go attack, the defense in this draft. But what do you think about the Jimmy G pickup? You know what I mean? A veteran, a guy that has dealt with durability issues, but he is a leader. How do you feel this offseason thus far?
I mean, I'm one of the people that I really like Jimmy G. I really like Jimmy G. He's a good quarterback. He's proven that he can win ball games. Mm-hmm. There's a great connection with him and Josh McDaniels. He's played. Yeah. He's been with him before. I have the only question mark about Jimmy G that everybody else has. It's like, how long are we going to have him during the season in terms of him getting a fluky injury?
Yeah,
it always seems like
January.
it's like how the hell did he get? He's out for what?
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with Jimmy G. He can play the game of football. I think in terms of bringing in guys this offseason, the name of the game now is, I think offensively, we got to get this Josh Jacobs thing. We got to get this.
That's what I was going to ask.
We got to have Josh Jacobs, man. Love him. I loved him. Now that's one pick they picked when they drafted him. The year they drafted him, I remember tweeting, "I like this pick."
Yeah.
Because he has that thing about him with that football in his hand. So now it's about building depth.
Yeah.
So in terms of the teams that, make it far in the playoffs, they got injuries. Yeah. But then they can plug in a guy.
Yep.
And next thing you know, it's like, oh, man, they didn't have a drop-off.
Also, the backup's like almost sometimes better.
No,
like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
plays.
okay, man, this guy's out. Oh, man, they're going to struggle. And then all of a sudden you see a guy come in, it's like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They had corners hurt. Next thing you know, a rookie comes in, you're like,
fourth rounder,
you're like,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where's this guy come from?
Yeah.
You think you got the upper hand on him.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Yeah. So it's about building depth, but you got to find the quality guys, man. Yeah. Late in this round, we got a bunch of picks.
Yeah.
You got to find some guys where, as you're evaluating them, you say to yourself, you know what? He fell to the third round or the fourth round. One, because everybody can't go first round.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to fall. But you got to look at guys now and say, okay, if I draft this middle linebacker, if I have an issue with my starting linebacker, I think this guy can start.
Yeah.
Other than this guy being a starter, if he goes down, I think I have another starter. Yeah. That's the way you got to look at it.
Great teams prepare like that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes now. it's important, man, for the rest of this draft. They got to find quality players. They got to hit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just bottom line. It's hard to do, but that damn it, I don't care how hard it is.
We need at least
gotta
four
hit.
starters.
Have we found our green dot yet on defense?
At this point, Robert Spillane is the green dot. No shade to him. It's just that's nerve-wracking to think that at this point.
Who is it?
Robert, exactly. Robert
Oh,
Spillane
they just got from
Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's scary though to think because he was really he's more of a backup
I
rotation.
like who did we just lose? What was he was
Perry,
starting?
Denzel Perryman.
Damn, I loved him too.
I know. Yeah.
But the durability
But
issue.
he got hurt in injuries, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
That's just the
was-
way he played the game, though.
He was a hell of a player.
Yeah.
he's that old school
When he
thumper.
was out, you missed him.
Yo,
Yeah.
1,000%.
God, yeah. The defense changed when he was in there.
He's that guy you just kind of let him just watch the ball and just do your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. He went to the Texans, and he's gonna ball with him, man. Defensive minded guy, like he's gonna cook with him. What do you think about yesterday with the Texans? Because I know we talking Raiders, but them
Loved
taking
it.
CJ at 2, right?
Loved it.
And then moving back up and getting Will Anderson at 3, like that's
Loved it.
that's crazy.
They
Loved
just
it.
Came in like,
Loved it because they didn't wait around and say, all right, let's see if maybe we can get him at 15.
Yeah.
Or
Well, no,
whatever it was gonna be. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what we said going into the draft. I'm like, if that's your guy and you want him, just go get him.
You got to go get him, man. And as a young first year head coach, to go into that draft room, have an idea of how you want the team to look, and for you to talk to your GM and whatever conversation they have in their war room, and you say, all right, we know we need a quarterback. All right, we're probably going to take this quarterback at 2. All right, but now for me, I'm a defensive guy. At the heart of what I do, I'm a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I want that guy.
Yeah.
And then your GM, your owner say, okay,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Let's go
Yeah.
get him.
You got the second pick and the third pick in the draft, and you got 2 hitters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's invaluable. Like, bro,
It's like you got to bet on yourself at that
you
point.
got to bet
Yeah.
on yourself. And you know, as a coach, a head coach, you're saying the Houston Texans are looked at as being, from an ownership standpoint, from what they've gone through the last couple
They're
of years,
falling
they
off.
haven't looked like being a stable ownership.
Yeah.
No. They're almost
But
kind of a joke right now.
yeah,
in a
but
sense.
this gives you some confidence that they will allow me to succeed.
Yeah. And they haven't done that in
You know what I mean?
previous years.
Yeah.
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 And so, man,
That's
I loved it.
CJ and
Yeah, I
Will
loved
Anderson
it.
back to back. That's cold. I just wish the Raiders would do something like that, man. Like right now, like
I wish the Raiders do a lot of things. We're not going to talk about them, though, remember?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
what do I
yeah.
not want them to do? We're going to start that promotion right now. What do I not want?
Chuck, what you got going out here in Vegas, man, this week?
Man, I was flew out yesterday. You know, the Raiders had their a draft party yesterday at the Cosmo, so I was flying in for that. I'm also, actually my flight was delayed, so I caught the last 30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But then also my Fox crew is out here this weekend,
There
you
we
know,
go.
just hanging out a little bit, so I'm here for that. So big dinner tonight, whole weekend, but I'll actually get out of here later on tonight. Got AAU basketball this weekend,
There you go.
man. My son is 12 years old. He's playing on the AAU team, man, and they're playing this weekend, so got to get back and watch me some basketball.
There we
man.
go.
You be having them working too. I see all those videos you be uploading. You got them out there working.
Working, man. Shit, that's what it's all about. You know, when I talk to anybody, you know, outside of my kids, I'm always talking to them about the base of anything you're gonna do is hard work.
Yeah.
You know, so my kids have to know that as well.
Yeah.
You know, man, hey, if you think you're not getting enough playing time or you think your shot ain't right, well, what we gonna do?
Yeah.
You got to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
The guys who are getting drafted to yesterday, today, and tomorrow, the guys who are in the NBA playoffs right now, they didn't get there just because somebody said, "Hey, I pick you."
Yeah.
From what? For why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because they worked. They worked
Yeah.
to get there. So,
Straight up.
you know, for my kids, I'm like, hey, man, you think your shot needs to be better? Get out there. Shoot. You need to shoot 100 shots a day at least.
Yeah.
And it shows at every level.
You know what I'm saying? Every
You
level.
could be 5 years old, and it shows who's practicing every single
Dude,
day. You know what I mean?
you guys been doing this podcast how long?
I've been doing it for 3 years.
I'm
3 years.
Five in.
You started. You probably had one microphone.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Actually, you know what? I didn't even have a
you
microphone.
probably didn't have. You probably used your iPhone.
Yeah.
Right.
He just rolled. He just opened up the window and yelled
right.
outside the
Yeah.
house.
But you started somewhere. But 3 years later, you didn't get there by just saying, you know what? I need 3 microphones now. I need a camera, video. I need 2. You didn't just magically say this is what I need.
Yeah.
Like you had to start. You probably had to talk to some people.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? How did you do that?
Yeah.
And then you had to eventually,
Exactly.
all throughout the process, grow.
Facts.
Then you got 2 mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how do I do it now? I need angles. I got 2 microphones now. How do I make sure my audio and my visual is working together?
Yeah.
And now you got 3 mic. And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you get a DM text on Twitter. And RC is like, hey, Charles, you in town? And then, man, I'm sitting in this something. You know what I'm saying? But that shit ain't just happened.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, real talk.
You know what I
Real
mean?
talk.
Yeah, it's like same with the whiskey. Like my whiskey's not here just because I say, hey guys, you got a show. Can I put my whiskey on the table?
Yeah.
Like you talking to Jay all the time. Talking
the
to
time.
Joe.
Yeah.
Like there's always some stuff that's happening
Behind the scenes.
that didn't work the first time.
Yeah.
But then you tried it again, and then you tried it again, and then now all of a sudden you kind of understand, that's how that works.
Yeah. And you
That's
got
how
to build
this
to
works.
it. You don't just start in the big leagues.
You got to
You don't
build.
just walk into the NFL.
You got to
don't
build
just-
your legend, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I
absolutely.
like that.
You got to
plug
build your
right
legend.
there.
I've heard that
That's
before.
what build your
Yeah.
legends is about.
Woodson
You don't
Whiskey.com.
just become a legend. You got to build your way to it.
Yeah. I like that.
That's a bar right there. I got one question real quick.
I got chills.
The transition to going to Fox and doing commentary, like how has that been thus far? You know what I mean? Going from football and then the wine and everything that you got going on to going to that. Like how has that been?
Love it. Love it, man. You know, the thing about, you know, professional sports is that there's a finite amount of time that you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Even if LeBron playing as long as he's playing,
Yeah.
at some point he's got to stop.
Yeah.
You guys will never have to stop doing this.
Yeah.
So for us, you know, when you stop playing, like that well is cut off.
Yeah.
It's over. You got to figure something out. I was so fortunate that when I left, I went right into television.
Yeah.
So I had something to first keep me occupied, but there was another way of me making a living outside of what I used to do, but it kept me moving.
Yeah.
So if you're a guy playing the game and all of a sudden you retire, you're done, what do you have?
Yeah.
If you don't have anything to do, I promise you, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You got to do it immediately,
I don't
too.
care. But I don't care how much money you make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be well off. You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
But you're gonna struggle because your whole life you've been doing.
Yeah.
I've been waking up at 6:30, 6:40 my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every off season, I knew I had this going on, and then I knew every season, come August, September, I had this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's gone. What takes that up,
Yeah.
dude? I'm telling you, you get bored real fast, and you'll lose your mind.
You see two kind of athletes. So it's like they get out of the game sometimes and they'll be like you. And they'll stay in the light. They'll put their energy somewhere else. Whatever you did, whatever work ethic you had in the NFL, you put into Woodson Whiskey.
Yep.
And it shows. But then you'll see the athletes get out and they want to enjoy life a little bit. They'll take
Yep.
5-10 years off.
Yeah.
But guess what? They'll come back around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
And-
either you do it then, right off the bat, and you keep working, you have that same mentality, or you lose it.
And then the thing is that if you leave the game, and let's say you just 3 years, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back in.
Yeah.
For me, leaving the game, you know, I was 18 years.
That's a
Put
blessing,
together
man.
a
That's a blessing.
Hall of Fame career. When I retire, I'm still hot.
Yeah.
But if I leave for 3 years,
Yeah, you retire to the top of your game. You're like
Yeah.
the top graded coverage safety, and you just bailed on. We're not going to.
yeah, you know,
Anyways, though, go ahead.
man, I popped my shoulder out, man. I'm MC. Anyway. But, you know, when I leave, 5 years later, I go into the Hall of Fame, and then my name circles around again. But if I'm gone for 5 years, it's going to be hard for me to get into television because ain't nobody going to be checking for me.
Yeah.
But to
Short-term
be already
memory.
in it, my name's still bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Man, if you leave it, the game, man, if you don't have any plan and you're not around the game is always looking for, not only in television, or not only in when you're playing the game that they're always looking for the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
But in television, they're always looking for the next guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that.
if you're not already kind of in and you're trying to get in and you've been out for a while, they're looking for the guy whose name is still hot.
Who was it? Was it
Who's,
Brady?
who's about to, right? Who's about to end
It was a fumble.
rather than go to somebody who's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So I've been very, very fortunate.
Yeah, these guys are getting TV deals before they're even out of the league.
Yeah.
There's like rumors of retirement
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
CBS is like, hey, here's this.
Yeah.
Sign it when you want.
And you got a guy like Brady, you betting on to come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's the greatest of all time, quarterback-wise. If we can get him in the booth, we won.
Yeah.
We don't know how good he's going to be.
Yep.
It don't matter, though.
Let's already win.
You're banking on who he was,
Yep.
and you're banking on him bringing his same work ethic
Yeah.
to the next thing, which I know Tom is going to do. So they're like, we'll take that shot.
Yeah.
Is there a transition going from, obviously, all the knowledge you have, if you unleashed it like we're in the locker room, it'd be like talking Spanish to us, right? We wouldn't understand it. Maybe some, unless, we're bilingual. But anyways, is there a transition going to TV, going to Fox, and talking to sports networks and trying to talk to the common fan and just, kind of dumbing it down for us? Is there a transition in that, or does it come natural?
Nah, I think it really depends on how really detailed you're trying to get into it. But I always break it down. Like I tell, like when I was coaching my kids' flag football team, I would always tell them, like the first thing we would always tell us when I was a young kid is, if you can count to 3 and you know your ABCs, you can play football.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So as you look at the game, it's like if the offense comes out and line up and I say, who's the third receiver, in the formation?
Yeah.
And whether it's trips or it's 2x2 or whatever, all right, that's 1, that's 2.
Yeah.
All right, on this side, if there's no other receiver, all right, then you go to the other side. From that side is 1, is 2.
Yeah.
The gaps is A gap, B gap, C gap. Like if you know those certain things, then I can tell you really about the game. Now it just depends on what do we call something. You know what I mean?
Verbiage is always.
You know what I'm saying? The verbiage. Now the verbiage could mix you up, because I remember when I went to Green Bay. So cover 3, everybody you know cover 3, right? 4 under 3 deep, cover 4, 3 under 4 deep.
Yep.
You kind of get that. But their cover 4 was cover 3, and cover 3 was cover 4.
Okay.
I swear to God, man.
Like as a disguised pre-snap, or what?
No,
Was it?
that's what it was. The cover 3 was it was cover 4, but they called it cover 3.
Okay.
It's just different verbiage.
Huh.
It just.
It killed me for like 2 weeks. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why are you calling cover 3 cover 4?
That's right. Probably the why. You
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we get out there. We be in I'd be at the nickel, and they'd call cover 4, and I'm buzzing to the flat.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's cover 4. I'm like, you called cover 3. you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's
So it's
crazy.
just little things like, and so when I finally figured it out, I'm like, dude, I probably made it harder than I should have been.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, why did you make it hard for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover 3 is universal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to call cover 3 anything else other than cover 3. But that's how coaches will screw you.
Yeah.
And so as a casual fan, right, I have to be able to break it down in terms that you can understand it. But if you understand the basics of it, I can get you through it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Still can't explain that portion of it, though.
I
We still haven't figured out why.
Dude, it crushed me, man. I was so mad out there because it made me look stupid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. I'm like, dude, you calling cover 3.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to buzz to the flat in cover 3. I've known that my entire life.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yelling at the fans like, it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah. I'll miss a play like, man, he called cover 3, yo.
You got a ring out of it.
Nah, hey, I figured it out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Charles, what's the next move here in Vegas?
Say it one more time.
What's the next move here in Vegas? Are we getting you know what? This is what I miss. The tasting room.
Baseball's coming.
Oh, baseball.
I know that's the next
no,
move.
for you. I want to know for you.
I'm just saying.
Hurts my
you.
soul, man.
What's next for you, man? We got to have a location here, man. We need a Woodson whiskey home.
I like that. I like that. We got some other things working right now in the meantime.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like if those things, the things we're kind of that's in the pipeline, then at some point, I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, for sure.
Napa was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. But it's all about you got to take those baby steps. You got to make sure that the company is running and it's viable, and you can take on some risk, more risk.
Yeah. You got to build into it.
You got to build into it, man. And so, man, Vegas has been good.
A lot of opportunity.
Vegas has been great to me. From a selfish standpoint, it's great to have the Raiders out here. Great for Mark Davis to have a new stadium. To you guys know, coming from the Coliseum, what the difference of what we have here.
Huge difference. Yeah,
it's huge. Great for the players to come here to have this type of establishment and the facilities and all that thing.
Yep.
From a selfish standpoint, for me, business-wise, Vegas has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would love to at some point, to have something out here that's a destination.
You know what we need? We need a Woodson cigar.
Ooh.
Now, see, you got.
He's digging in the pipeline.
No, well, here's the funny thing about it is all the things you guys are talking about is they're all conversations.
Yeah.
They're all conversations.
It's on a timeline somewhere.
We need one to go with the Woodson whiskey. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
I mean, they go pretty good together.
Yeah.
Aged a little bit with. I mean, there's a lot of things, man, but. Right now I'm only working with one microphone. I'm working it.
Yeah, there you go. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you so much, man, for coming through and blessing the pod, man. And we just want to say we appreciate everything you're doing.
1,000%.
Proud of you, man, with
man.
all the moves that you're making. And we're blessed. Our team, Blackout, my Shieldmore family, all of us are just excited to be a part of this, and we really believe in it.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's Chuck. That's the extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to be a part of something like this is legendary, man, and we appreciate you, man, for everything.
Man,
you do,
I appreciate it, man. You guys have been great. Love you, man. Every time I see your social media posts, man, my eyes light up. Man, I repost it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's been great, man. Who walked in here and you said, Oos?
Right here.
Back here?
Mr. Fitz back here.
Fitzy back there.
You know him.
Hey.
You know him.
The funny thing, man,
Hey,
is
Fitz.
the first time Jay sent me a request. He was like, "Hey, man, send something out to Oos Nation, right?" And I was reading it, and I sent it back to him, and I was like, "Yeah, shout out, man, UCE Nation." And it was like, nah, man, ain't no UCE, man.
That's not very Oosy of C Wood right there. That's not very Oosy, man.
He was like, no, it's not UCE, man. So I was like, oh, shit, my bad, man.
You know who else did that was AJ Cole.
For real?
Yeah.
Use.
Yeah. My bad, man. I got it right, though. I got it right.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, shout out again to Barcode Burgers for the hospitality.
Yeah, Barcode, man. Appreciate y'all. For
Yeah,
sure.
you've been here before, but I'm getting a little
Yeah,
hungry,
okay, man. Yeah.
Are you hungry?
I could probably snack on a little something, man.
A little burger or something.
After a shot, you ain't got no choice. You got to put something on your stomach.
Yeah, I gotta get some food in the tummy. Well, yeah, man. Shout out to the nation for tuning in, obviously.
Yes, definitely,
Leave
man.
a review. Make sure if you have not ordered that bottle of Woodson whiskey yet for your house, woodsonwhiskey.com. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see if we can get one.
Turn up.
We get one.
Turn up.
We get one.
Hey, that's like when they say, man, what happens when you're in a group and somebody runs?
We all run.
That's Raider Nation, baby.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
We ain't even had to ask them.
Yeah,
Let's go.
straight up.
No, I heard an analogy, man. If you saw me with my shirt off, shorts on, running down the middle of the street by myself, I'd look crazy. But if there's 50 other people behind me, it'd be a marathon. Good stuff. Shout out to the nation for tuning in again. Shout out to Woodson Whiskey.
Yes.
Shout out to Charles for coming
Blackout.
through.
Blackout.
I'm getting hungry. I'm going to start getting hangry.
Yes.
Shout out to my guy, Graphk, for joining me here this
brother.
weekend. Full-blown Jaff coverage all weekend here, Barcode Burgers. And stay tuned for everything else during the season. Other than that,
WoodsonWhiskey.com. WoodsonWhiskey.com. WoodsonWhiskey.com.
and we're out.
Boom.
Yes.
Peace.